I've heard for the last few years about this whole Agenda 2030 and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if these are the seeds being planted with the war, with now the Hantavirus, and whatever else remains to be seen. But enough is enough. Welcome back to the channels. Can I be Ernest? I haven't done one of these in a long time. It's a beautiful spring morning. I figured why not get some fresh air, because I don't know how much longer I'll be able to inhale this air with what's happening in the news right now. Are we serious? Are we really about to do this again with this Hantavirus stuff? They don't want us to be great. The powers that be do not want us to be great as a humanity. They want us in constant fear, constant anxiety. And I'm telling you, I don't think people are falling for it this go around. Oh no, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. You guys caught us off guard 6 years ago with the whole C-19 thing. Yeah, good luck. Good luck getting people in this day and age to acquiesce to your plans. Enough is enough. So for those of you guys who've been under a rock, and I was for quite some time, admittedly, but apparently there was a cruise ship circulating the waters. You can go do your Googles on that if you need to, but there was an outbreak on that cruise ship called the Hantavirus, and apparently that virus has been around for a long time. This is not new, but now it's starting to circulate in the news. And I remember a point in time back in 2020, late 2019, when I first heard about the whole C-19 thing, and I was like, no way is that going to ever reach the States. I wasn't informed. I wasn't in the know. I didn't pay attention to all that stuff back then because, we were kind of just in a world where, I don't know, especially in the States, where we didn't really encounter that kind of stuff. We heard about the West Nile, we heard about Ebola, we heard about the monkeypox thing, but it never really caught enough traction. You know what I mean? Prior to the C-19 stuff. So we usually escaped all that hoopla. And then all of a sudden, here comes 2020. And the rest was history. But good luck trying to convince a whole population to go to the extremes of 6 years ago. Masked up in your car when you're the only one driving. Masked up walking around in a park by yourself. Social distancing. Good luck trying to convince people to do that again. Now, for context, back in 2020, I was perfectly fine with the social distancing because, quite honestly, I'm not looking to socialize with a lot of human beings these days anyway. So keep your distance. In fact, give me 12 feet. I don't even need 6 feet. Give me 12. I don't need to be out and about and mingling with human beings all day long. I hear people say, oh, well, humans are meant to be social. I mean, maybe I'm not human, but I was doing quite all right. I didn't have any anxieties being in the house, working remote. I loved it. I feel like I thrived during that time. For those of you who didn't, that's unfortunate, because I thought at that time, boy, this was long overdue. We needed a reset as a country, not the world, because I don't believe the world is all in jeopardy, but I believe as a nation, we needed that reset of 6 years ago. So I embraced it. But listen, I'm fresh off a trip from the Caribbean, and there's a way of living out there that I can embrace and admire from afar, because that's basically what I want, because they don't really pay attention to this stuff. This is first world stuff. We're living in this country, the great old US of A, and now in the last 25 years or so, we have to walk around on eggshells because you just never know what's going to happen next year. It all started right around 9/11. It got a little quiet after the whole Bush administration left, and then it just ramped up again in the mid to late 2010s. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. People just want to live. Are you excited about the future? How can anyone be excited about the future when every waking day there's something to kind of like deter you from thinking about the future. If you're somebody who wants to start a family or you have kids, little ones, are you excited about 20 years from now? How can you be? The way things are going right now, how does anyone get excited? I'm in my mid 40s. My future's already here. Like I'm not thinking about 20 years from now. I made it to 45. That's an achievement, believe it or not, considering the circumstances. I'm not looking forward to 10, 15, 20 years from now. But every day since 2020, they want us on edge. And the goal here is to find your happy place and don't let them win. Don't let them win. It's going to be hard, like I said, trying to convince people to just go out here and get a whole bunch of V shots. You know, and again, I don't want to minimize what occurred 6 years ago. A lot of people fell ill and were deceased because of the situations. So I'm sensitive towards that. But I know deep down that this isn't organic. I just know it. You just know it. I feel like the country needs a reset for sure. But this ain't it. This ain't it. And you know, years ago, we didn't have all this stuff. We didn't have all these virus scares. Like when you were coming up in the 70s and 80s, you got your chickenpox vaccine and vaccine for measles and polio. Yeah, it was a little scary as a child because you didn't know what was going on. But we didn't have all these outbreaks and all these, things going on with cruise ships and you got to watch out. And there's a bat flying around with a million viruses. You were worried about hopefully not catching HIV, AIDS, or something else. No one gave a damn. Now if I go on a cruise ship and inhale air, there could be rodent urine that I'm inhaling that now puts me in jeopardy of catching this. Enough. Every waking day, there's something else in the news that they have to get us up in arms about. I peep game. Every few months, every few years, there's always something brewing behind the scenes that get us up in arms. But I'm here to tell you, people aren't falling for it. Not this go around. The banana in the tailpipe. We're not, no. There's just no way. There's no way. And if you do fall for it, if you are one of these people out here running around and getting a million, V shots and this, that, and the third, shame on you. Because your self-awareness should be at an all-time high after 2020. It just should be. We saw what happened. And that's not to dismiss those who fell ill to everything and who are, no longer here with us. But we saw what was going on. We saw what was going on. To the point where it's not even discussed anymore. It's not even in the news anymore. Something that was so tragic and so blah, blah, blah isn't even discussed anymore because there's something else brewing. Tired of it. Tired of the games. Tired of the nonsense. Tired. The awareness is at an all-time high, especially now that I'm older. I can't just sit back and go along with the show. Oh, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. No, it's not. We've got to do better. Because basically I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like the human existence shouldn't be spent this way. Walking around here on eggshells. What's the point? I don't think that was ever the point. Life is to be lived and enjoyed while we're here. And there's no reason that my energy and my optimism is at an all-time high when I leave the country. Because when I'm here, it's the complete opposite. Shouldn't be the case if we're in the greatest country in the world, which is subjective. If you travel the world, you've seen some places that are livable and as free. But that's another story for another day. So you feel refreshed when you go away. You come back, you feel the stress, you feel the anxiety. You watch the news, you're just like angry. Again, the weather's getting warm. The young folks are going to start acting up. The old folks are going to start acting up. It's wash, rinse, repeat in this country. Life can be very precious if only the powers that be allowed it. If only those of us who live this life understood the magic that we can create young. They don't teach us things at a young age. You kind of have to go along this journey and learn on your own. And then you find out half the crap that you did learn in school, whatever, was just hogwash. Life can be so precious if they just allow it. Apparently, they don't want people to really enjoy their years here. And that's unfortunate. And I don't know if this applies everywhere in the world. I know some countries don't participate in a lot of the Western world, thought process and concepts. But fortunately, I was born here, and this is what it's become, the good old USA. So I'm going to hope for the best here and expect the worst. Just because I've been programmed to go about life that way here, unfortunately. And this is not even about the left wing, right wing. This is greater than that. I get it. The last time we had a situation similar to this, Mr. Trump was in the office, and, the left wing went crazy, and, this is because of the Republicans, and blah, blah, blah. It's deeper than that. It's deeper. And I'm aware. I'm consciously aware. And I don't even want to give this much energy. It might even be my last video talking about this stuff. But I had to give my 2 cents. I'm just a little disappointed in all the news that's like circulating right now. And it's just like, you can't do it. You can't do it. I know you're going to try. I know they're going to try. But you can't do it. Because this time, if there isn't a revolt, if people aren't just marching the streets of Washington and everywhere, because think about it now, it's starting to warm up a little bit. So it's going to be more people outside, more people doing foolishness. If you're out here making content, that's just one step. But the next step needs to be being proactive, getting your voice heard. There should be hundreds of thousands of people in each major city. And the good old US of A, getting their Nike Shocks ready or their New Balance and prepared to walk and scream and shout. If this virus thing becomes greater than what it is right now. No one, and I mean no one, should be idle and sitting back and saying, oh, well, that's just the way it is. Let me go get my V-shot. Can't have it again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you know the saying. And so until then, I'll continue to enjoy these NBA playoffs, and hopefully this baseball season for my team can turn around, and I'll have something to look forward to other than the warm weather. Because, boy, I'm telling you, the moment I hear about a shutdown or lockdown, this, that, and the third, oh boy, it's gonna be fun. We'll chat again.